I see it expanding, so I decide to go and take advantage of it. Go and siege, bomb, and just force him to back out. Force him to back out. Get Viking play here. My tank's just in range to bomb CC to provide pressure, force him to lift or force him to attack. So anyway, my Viking here, so he's forced to scan. I have range advantage, so I'm re-rallying my Raven forward while I just actually macro up. Well, again. Here's a bit of bad placement though. So anyway, here's a bit mistake. Essentially stay in range, force him to spend minerals and units, etc, etc. Yeah, here's also another mistake where I lost units for like almost nothing, only for just for an slightly economic advantage. So here, pick up, get out. So I'm turn 2 base and I've done SCV damage and I hurt his worker count. And I'm getting facilities upgrade and +1 weapons. I don't even know why I did that. Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot to get combat shields quite early though. Although I could support it, but you know, games somehow things tend to forget unless you practice a lot of games. And I don't practice a lot of games, so I have enough energy. I decide to just throw a turret, harass it, and just get out. It's a very good thing. I mean, just to be annoyance, you know. Then Viking here, just trying to actually be annoyed while I set a position to contain. Yeah, Hellion here still alive. Anyway, just playing macro game. I hate to go Marauders in TVT. I hate to go Marauders. Sometimes I might use a few Marauders, but I would just go Marine, Tank, Viking. Usually that's what I get. That is until I get my 3rd base, which in this game I didn't get my 3rd base really that early. So armory, my armory started because I wanted to get +1 for my tanks. It's very important for TVT because +1 weapons, and he does not have +1 armor. I will kill his tanks with 3 shots instead of 4 shots. This is also the same for Starcraft 1 TVT. So anyway, the more reason I retreated from here to here actually is because I was worried he would bypass and just intercept my natural instead, where I would have less defenses. So I have a Hellion here to scout, and I have some forces here to withdraw. So here I keep an eye. Oh, there's Marauders there.
Complete.
And here I decided to expand to the gold, since I have a lot of tanks and marines, and I was getting a paramedic to support my marines. Here's a bit of a SimCity placement mistake. So anyway, scouting around. I should scan here though. You should be scanned to be safe. But I scanned here, see his army. Oh, Marauders, tanks. Okay, Marauders and tanks. He's here. So I decided to get a positional advantage of flanking by sieging up here and force an engagement. Slowly and force engagement because I have air superiority. I can slowly inch forward with my troops. He does not have Vikings, so my Vikings can shoot his medivacs here, and I can essentially push forward slowly, bit by bit. Oh, here's I got a little bit spooked though.
Add-on complete.
So essentially I try to start forcing him back while I reinforce with my troops here. Although I'm a bit supply block, yeah, figures. Whenever I get my 3rd base, the first thing I get, what I transition to is essentially Thors. This is because I find it. Alright, let me pause it. It is because I find Mass Vikings has a what you call cost deficiency as you mess up. You have overkill, and also you're spending your minerals and gas on air superiority, while let's say now in Terran versus Terran, since you have heavy bioplay, the air superiority is not so strong if your ground forces just gets wiped out. What's the point of having a lot of air Vikings? Let's say if your entire tank army just got wiped out. So that's due to the marauder play. So now TVT, you don't over Viking too much. So but there is a time where you get to, let's say, two starport reactors and just mass Vikings, transitioning out of bio-ish play more to tank Viking. But now it doesn't really happen a lot. So anyhow, let me think a bit. Yeah, so those are generally much more useful now, especially as the Viking count increases, because of the splash damage. So if you have, say, like 5 Thors and he has a big stack of Vikings all nicely packed together, you can just essentially one-shot that entire group. So Thors, they do serve very useful things. So one is they are a tank. 2, they have AoE, so they help you a lot in Viking base play. 3, they usually do quite a lot of damage in ground, so they can take marauders quite decently as well compared to Vikings, which is quite horrible in ground to ground mode. So anyhow, continuing this, and I forgot, I think I should notice I should lower down my volume for games. Yeah, anyway, PDD, a very useful talent to have, very useful thing to have actually. So anyway, here I was moving my marines around because I wanted to harass him, and since I have PDD around, it's actually very helpful to have, very useful thing. Yeah, so he has a lot of tanks. I managed to defend, and at the same time my marines just went useless, a bit useless, but PDD really helped me a lot. PDD really helped me a lot, and marines here to just counter attack. Scan, I had positional, I've killed his tanks, I have marines in his base, his worker count is a lot less than me, so he has very low aspirator units. Pick up, get out, reinforce my tanks here. I have my 3rd base up and running, and I have factories running, pumping and making units. And where's my got +1 already. So I reinforce the contain here, which is very powerful spot because I essentially block its entire way out by ground forces. Yeah, a good thing to have as well is using sensor towers. Sensor towers, placing them here and placing them here would essentially force him to either try to go through the sensor tower and give me an advance in warning in time, or he will then essentially try to go through the non-covered areas of the sensor tower, which is where my army is. Sensor towers